Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it is Saturday, so that means it is time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! So what's my weekly roundup? We talk about my week in crafting and generally the book I'm reading, but I'm looking and I forgot to grab the book once again. So we'll have a little talk about it, but that'll be at the end. So we talk about my whips, works in progress, and FO's finished objects. This week I have 3 finished objects. Yay! And I got a bunch of whips. You always have to have works in progress, right? So let's hop right into the finished objects. First, I finished this scarf. This is the Leprechaun Gnome scarf. It's a C2C scarf designed by Connie from Just Another Stitch. So check out Miss Connie. She is going to be releasing this pattern very, very soon. And I was lucky enough to be a tester for it on it. It was a quick, fun make. These are appliques on the C2C scarf. Yeah, it was a fun make. I think it's going to be a fun little St. Patrick's Day thing. The children are already fighting over who gets to wear it on Leprechaun Day, as they call it, which is one of their very favorite holidays. I think it's because the leprechauns sneak in and give them chocolate coins and turn their milk green in the morning. It's magical. And so that is that. Definitely check out Connie's channel. She has a hat to go with it that has the little gnomey guy on it. That's already been released. Scarf should be released, and I believe she also has a similar C2C Easter scarf that was recently released. Check it out. What else do I have completed? I have finished my son's mithril sweater. So, here we go. This is using Lion Brand True in the color Slate and Celery. They are the colors he picked out. It is a raglan style. I freehanded it, so there's no pattern. I do not recommend trying to do a raglan in this. It's trying to twist pretty badly. I think Barbara McEwen was saying, a raglan in that. I'm not sure. I think had the sweater been much bigger, I would have run into problems. This works just fine on him. He's tried it on and he loves it. And here it is. The kids are strangely obsessed with bamboo yarn. So it's all half double crochets except the celery is double crochet. And these are just 1 row of double crochets. At the bottom I did 2 rows of double crochets and then finished it off with a row of singles. The collar is a row of double crochets finished off with a single, as are the little wrists. A row of double crochets just finished off with a single crochet. So I will go ahead and give that to him. I don't think the seam is too bad, but you can see the seam does jog all the way kind of across the back. But yeah, it was a fun, pretty quick make. I haven't freehanded a ton of crochet sweaters, so this is very exciting to me. I freehanded that sweater turned vest for bingo. This was much more, I forget where I don't know where I was going with that sentence construction. This was much easier for me. I think I learned a lot during the making and remaking of the bingo sweater that I was able to apply here. Anyway, talking about bingo, I have been making amigurumi. 2024 is going to be my year of amigurumi. I am starting by making everything that I have not yet made. I have made 3, maybe 4 of these patterns in the past, but I'm making the Crochet Cute Critters book, 26 Easy Amigurumi Patterns by Sarah Zimmerman. Sarah Zimmerman is the creative wonder behind Repeat Crafter Me. And for bingo, I was working on Callie the cat. Bingo wanted a rainbow kitty, and the kids get to pick their colors. So basically I'm going 2, and so it's like Callie the cat and Dash the dog. Dash the dog were the 2. It was Bingo's turn to pick first, and she said she wanted the cat, so Chomps gets the dog. But they get to tell me what colors they want, and I go forth and create for them. So she wanted Rainbow Kitty with purple paws. There it is, Rainbow Kitty with purple paws. She did say she wanted rainbow ears and the rainbow tail. I used favorite stripe, Red Heart favorite stripe. She picked blue eyes for the kitty cat and a brown nose. Although, when I finished it and showed her, she said, "Why is there a brown nose?" Because you told me to. There's no going back, honey. It's stuck. And then the purple paws is Red Heart Super Saver in the color Amethyst, I think. It's the more royal purpley one. Yeah, I have a lighter one on the table right now. I'm going to be doing another stitch tutorial using it, and that's medium purple. So I think this one was Amethyst. Anyway, it is done. It is complete. She is so excited. She wants to play with it. I told her she had to wait for Mommy to show it off. And Chomps has already put in his request for Dash the dog. He wants red and orange. So I had a big old red left over. And then I had to get this because I don't have a lot of orange for the orange in that scarf. So got the orange for it. Perfect. I actually do have some orange, but it's like fancy orange, like Little Knit. I got some gorgeous orange yarn from Little Knits to make myself a sweater, but that's not going to work for amigurumi. It's like roving style. It's not going to work. I mean, I guess it probably could work if you tried hard enough. I don't think I'm advanced enough to make it look nice, so I'm going to keep using the Red Heart, and I need to try cotton. I know a lot of people make the amigurumi out of cotton and swear by it. I should try it. I haven't. No, I did try it. I made an apple from Hobby Pattern for Colleen last year. Ooh, I sprayed myself with water out of the straw. And it turned out way big. That was with like peaches and cream cotton. Anyway, so those are my 3 finished objects. You have the scarf, the sweater, and the kitty cat. So up next I'll start Dash, and we'll see how long that takes me. But I haven't started him yet, so that's okay. Whips. We have 1 new whip on the block. So that's not too bad. Finish 3, start 1. I think that ratio is going the way I like. We'll see. We will talk about the pickle jar cowl. What I'm doing is the Aberdeen pickle jar. Aberdeen Wool Company sells these pickle jars. And in the pickle jar is a pattern. When I purchased it, there's a pattern for the classic cowl. And then there's also a bias scarf. It comes with the needles and the 2 patterns. The idea is for the cowl, you're just supposed to knit it on up and then sew it together. So I did finish the next colorway, the purple. I adore Hirschner's. Oh, I can't read it. So Hirschner's is having a spring forward sale. Save $10 off your purchase of $49 or more, or $5 off your purchase of $29 or more. Shop now. I can't see if there's a code. There you go. Breaking news from ye old Apple Watch. Dismiss, please. So yeah, this is the purple I added this week. I really like how it's transitioning there. I think this is fun. This is cool. It's kind of raucous, but you can see like the pickle jar was the pickle jar of fate was kind. It kind of goes into the greens, and then there's some green pulling through here, and then into the blues, and then there is a little bit of green in this one that kind of harkens back. And anyway, I think it works pretty darn well. Orange and purple are coordinating colors. And, well, not coordinating colors. They're opposite. If you look at the color wheel, purple and orange are supposed to work together. And I think they do. So, we have been picking the next color each week. So let me get the lid off. Put it up so I can't see. My fingers have felt this one first. We're going back into the green. Ooh, this is very Green Bay Packer colors. Maybe Oregon Ducks, if you're into college sports. So that will be the next one we add. Nice. I'm excited. Purple and green go well together. So I think that will be a good transition to that next. Sweet. Those are my finished objects. I'm going to put this here so I don't lose it. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, I am once again doing the Mystery Yarn Challenge with Lori from Armchair Chef. So MYC324. I'm doing the whips. So I sent out yarn, and I am working on a whip rather than having someone send me yarn. Because as we know, another goal in 2024 is to diminish the population of Whip Island. The CNC cowl is what I'm working on. This is a kit I purchased from Mountain Meadow Yarns. It's using this awesome bamboo yarn. Green River 2-ply fingering weight. It's an interesting, they have a proprietary merino blend that's called Mountain Merino, and then bamboo, 50-50 mountain merino and bamboo. It's a really interesting yarn. And the pattern wants you to use a much larger knitting needle than I would normally use. So here is my progress on it. Based on yarn given to me, I am over halfway done. So there we go. I am in the middle of one of these garter sections. So what I have, you make one portion and then at a certain size, and then you do a shaping and you make it a little smaller, and then you do another kind of section with the little eyelet holes. I'm not showing this off very well. It's hard on the circular needles to really show this off. So you do like this eyelet yarn over section, and then a garter section. You do that for a while, and now I have a second shaping section to do, and then one more eyelet section, and then I will bind off. So I think I'm going to have enough yarn because these sections, the eyelet sections, are smaller and we are decreasing stitches. So we should have enough. I was a little worried, but it might end up being just perfect. So there we are, plowing ahead there. I think I'm making good time. I don't see that I don't foresee any problem finishing it this month so far. What else am I working on? I made a couple more rounds on Bingo's Granny Stitch Chevron blanket. This is part of a KAL that Mel from Lethaleyas Little Hook and I almost said Granny D. No, it's Mama G are doing. Granny D is awesome. I hope she's doing well. I haven't checked her community tab recently, but keeping her in my thoughts as always. She's a sweet lady, as is Mama G. But here I did a couple more rows on her blanket. It's a chevron granny stitch blanket. It is a free pattern from Yarn Inspirations called Wavy Granny Crochet Blanket. Nice. The pattern is done in a 5-weight yarn. I am using Skinny Cakes, which is a 3-weight yarn. So I made my chain bigger to start, and I think I made it a little too big, but that's okay. I had 2 cakes. This is what's left of my first cake, so I think I'm about half done. And I did go ahead and get some additional cakes. I heard and understand some people had the feedback of you might not need to buy extra cakes, just flip it so it's horizontal stripes instead of vertical stripes. And I tried it, and to me it's just not aesthetically pleasing to have the stripes going up. I think it's personal preference, so I would like to keep the stripes going horizontally. So that's that. We'll keep on keeping on. Take another drink. I've got 3 more whips to show you. I have my sock, which big news on the sock. I haven't finished it, but I did sew the toe up because I was tired of looking at the hole, and I am up to the ribbing for the cuff. So 10 more rounds and this sock will be done. I can't see why it wouldn't be finished next week, but you never know. These are the Go Your Own Way socks from Knit Picks. It's a free pattern. Linda from Lit Knits sent this pattern over to me as a suggestion, which I love because I haven't done a toe up sock. The sock comes with both instructions for a cuff down and a toe up. I'm doing the toe up version, and I'm using yarn that Grammy Colleen sent me, Cozy Toes, in the colorway Balloon Brigade. So when I finish that, I have 2 skeins of this that will go into my sock granny's blanket thingy that I'm making with my leftover socks to commemorate my sock journey. The next one I have is my Expression Fiber Arts project. I have no idea how to pronounce this. It's a filet crochet pattern, kind of a wrap Doradus. Apparently it's the name of, oh, is it a galaxy? I don't remember if it was galaxy or a star cluster or like a nebula. I remember reading something about it somewhere. Maybe it was on the website and not in the actual paperwork here. It's a nebula. It's a star-forming region of 30 Doradus, and it's one of the largest located close to the Milky Way. It's about 2,400 massive stars in the center of 30 Doradus, which is also known as the Tarantula Nebula. So it's made, they made it in a sparkle yarn. I did not have the yardage in a sparkle yarn, but I had it's a 3-weight. So you needed about a little over 1,000 yards. Mandala bonus bundle to the rescue. This is the color Satir Seder. You can see this little bit of brown coming back, poking out in the bottom there. And so this is what I have left. I am about a little over a third done with the wrap at this point. So I'm trying to do 2 rows a day, and I have it kind of marked out for like mile markers I want to be. So when I hit the mile marker, if I hit it early, I'm going to just do 1 row a day to keep the momentum going. But so that's what I did. I've completed row 14, and this is what it looks like. I love it. It is very like summer sunset colors to me, and I love it. So like I said, this is from Expression Fiber Arts. It is going to be the giveaway item for the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight this month. It's a really good size. Here it is held double. It's so it's got filet crochet, kind of a star pattern there. Can you see that? I think you can see that. And so that's where the star is coming in. I think it would look really, really cool in sparkle. I wish I had found enough yardage to do it, but maybe I can do it again in the future. It's working up so quickly. It's really, really working up quickly. I did not check to see if there's a YouTube tutorial on this. I am sorry. if you're in my Facebook group, I am trying to remember to list the free patterns. Every Friday she releases free patterns. I'm trying to link them on the spotlight post each week, because I know some people had said they had trouble getting signed up to the newsletter for the free patterns, and I don't want payment to be a barrier for entry, so try to make those as easy as possible. We have an errant crochet hook. This is from the wrap I just showed. I'm using my I9 5.5 millimeter boy crochet hook. Okay, now my newest cast on. I'm excited for this one. I've been waiting, and I was doing some tidying, and I came across this box and I said, do it, Erin, do it. And I did it. I did it last night, so I'm not very far, but I have cast on my LethaleyasLittleHookWithMel Spectre sweater, which is what I am making with my Ginger Snap yarn advent from Christmas holiday 2023. So I have, it's a neck down sweater, and so it's a mess right now. I couldn't find cables that I liked the length of, so it's a bit stretched out on the needles right now, but I'm making it work for now. So I'm like on the 4th row of the collar, which doesn't look like much since it's fingering weight yarn, and I wrestled with it last night before I cast on, because we had talked about, do I reverse the advent and work from like the 24th, 25th down, or do I start with the 1st and go that way, or do I just, you know, completely reorder it? I thought they had dyed it so well in such a good color gradient, fade, color shift, that I wanted to preserve that. So I just started day 1. This was color 1, and we're just gonna start day 1 all the way down, and we'll see how it ends up. I am going to, though, work the sleeves at the same time, because at first I was like, oh, I'll just do the sleeves separately, who cares if they don't go in the gradient. And then I thought more about it last night. I was like, no, keep the stitches live, work them at the same time, work the gradient in, because this is your special sweater, and you know, you deserve to have the extra time that takes put into it. You know, we deserve to use the fancy special yarns on ourselves and to make the goal sweaters. I've never done a LethaleyasLittleHook pattern, so this is a whole new adventure to me. I'm very excited. I will say, I did my measurements, and according to the measurements on the pattern, it is a size inclusive pattern, saying it goes up to 5X. I normally wear an XL 2X. I am going to have to make the 5X version for myself according to the measurements of the pattern. So size is just a number. I'm not like, ew, I have to make a 5X. I'm just letting you know. Always check the dimensions and the measurements before you purchase a pattern to make sure it's going to fit. I'd hate for anyone to be burned thinking, oh, I see this goes up to 5X. Surely it'll fit me. I'm normally an XL, when measurement-wise, I'm having to go up to a 5X. I am glad it goes up to that size. I'm glad the dimensions are there for me, but you know, it was a bit of a really moment last night. But yeah, that is all. Yeah, so I will keep plugging forward on that, plugging forward on my other things. I think starting Dash the Dog means something is going to get slightly demoted in the rotation until I get something else out, and I think it will likely be the chevron blanket. Because the sock is what I work on at bedtime. That always just has its dedicated time. I need to finish the Expression Fiber Arts wrap that's time sensitive. The cowl does have a giveaway component if you finish the blanket by April 4th, I believe Mel said, but don't quote me, check out Mel's video. But I'm just making it for fun. I don't care if I'm in for the prizes or anything like that. And of course to support Mel and Mama G Gear. And there really isn't any time sensitivity to the amigurumi, other than it's my personal goal to kind of have an amigurumi in the works this year so I can practice. So yeah, that's what I think you can expect. I'll probably put a row or two on it, but yeah, the granny blanket isn't going to be a big focus for now. Yeah, I think that's all yarny goodness wise I have to talk about. So if you were just here for the yarny goodness updates, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Always let me know if you have any patterns or ideas that you would like me to do. I got an email from Lit Knits Linda saying it was all my fault and she got a pickle jar, but she said in return I have to go check out the emotional support chickens. I have been avoiding the emotional support chickens, but for you, Linda, I will get the pattern for an emotional support chicken. I actually checked out, I have them saved on Ravelry. I haven't purchased it yet. There's both a knit and crochet version, and I'm not sure which one I want or if I should just go ahead and get both. I'm slightly leaning towards the knit, although I'm a slower knitter. So, who knows? I'll let you know what I decide. I guess it would technically count as an amigurumi, wouldn't it? So it would fall within the year of amigurumi. But yeah, I totally take that blame. I also read a comment where I had mentioned the 40% off Michael sale, and someone's husband had forbade them from watching me because I cost him $15. I will bear that cross, and I hope you got some yarny goodness. I don't. I don't mind one bit if it made you happy. Yeah. Other than that, I will talk books. I am continuing to read The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I know last time I wanted to say Matt Lawrence, or maybe it was backwards. Last name Lawrence. I believe it's Mark Lawrence. I am further in, getting better into the story. I am really feeling that there is some sort of time play here, that we've got two separate timelines going on and they're going to converge somehow. There is definitely some sort of mysticism, magic going on. Haven't figured that out yet, but it's an interesting book. It's an interesting read. It's set in a library. There is so far 2 points of view that we're reading from. A girl who was kind of it felt nomadic, but they lived in a village. She kind of lived in the outskirts in the wild, and she's been brought into the city, and she is, where I'm reading, she has just been processed into a job. I don't want to give too much away. And so apparently it's called like allocation, and people come in and you get put, like, you are in the working class, you are in the diplomacy class, you are in the works in the library class. And then there's another point of view. I am unsure of the age. Apparently they were children, but somehow time had stopped for them, and now they seem to be younger adults. But they seem to be trapped in the library through some sort of mystical way, and they have some guardians that also seem to be magical, mystical in some sort of way. I'm like on chapter 10 or so. I don't remember. I don't have the book with me, so I can't check. But I have moved forward a good amount and gotten more of the story, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. I will continue to let you know my progress and how it goes. But so far, I like it. No dragons. If you're looking for dragons, no dragons. But definitely fantasy magic. It's not like a sword and sorcery fantasy. But yeah, there are fantastical elements, magic elements, mystical elements maybe. I'm not sure what to categorize it right now as. But that's always a fun thing in a book, to be a little bit defying description, right? So there you go. I will also say, I guess let's go into a quick health update, since I've been doing those at the ends of these videos as well. So if you're not interested in this, please, I'm glad you stuck around for the book talk, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Always let me know if you have read any awesome books that you think I would enjoy. I love adding to my TBR list. It's an ever-growing list. I'm totally cool with adding anybody to Goodreads. I've tried to put my link here on YouTube, and it doesn't seem to be working. So you can just email me, and I'll just email you over the link. That seems to work the best. But yeah, just put like Goodreads in the title or something so I know. Okay, so updates. I did have a meeting with a cardiologist earlier in the week. Everything looks good. No real signs of concern. All the tests are A-okay. I had worn a monitor, and there was one instance where my heart was beating quite fast, but it was for a short period of time, like into the middle of the night. And he's like, that's something we're going to watch to see if it continues, but given this data, it's pretty benign at this point, so I'm not going to worry. He does want me to have one more test that I'm not looking forward to, but just to rule things out. And then I'm continuing with physical therapy for the unsteadiness, the vertigo-iness, the imbalance issues, and she's very, very excited with my progress. We are tapering off one of the exercises. She doesn't think I need it anymore, and then we are going to move to a more difficult version of another exercise where I am still struggling a bit, but she thought progress was really, really good, and she was very happy. So all good news. I've been having fewer and fewer episodes, so that's all really positive. I hope we've gotten to the root of it, and it is just this vestibular issue, and we can do the exercise, strengthen that muscle, and get back to normal times. I would like that a lot. Okay. Other than that, so nothing but positive, but I still have some episodes, so that's okay. We're working through it, and like I said, they were less frequent and less severe, so I will take both of those. Absolutely. Yeah, that is all I think for this week. I went on a little much. I'm not sure how much I can cut out of this though, so this might be a slightly longer one. That's okay. Sometimes we have long-winded videos, don't we? Okay, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Remember, there is a little bit more time to get in on our 2-year podiversary. I'm going to close that on the 18th. Oh, that's not a little bit more time. That's a whole week. Check out the 2-year podiversary giveaway if you haven't already. I would love to give that away to somebody. Okay, now I'm going to go. Talk to you later.